biggest barge from Kaschau.
Was möchtest du, mein Freund?
What do you have for sale?
Du wirst sicher... zufrieden sein.
Show me.
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Freund.
Beautiful colors, striped fabrics.
Guten Tag.
Greetings.
Falsehoods and indulgences condemn all Christendom to eternal torture. Can that be right?
Hey, what the hell are you poking around here for?
I'm Henry. Your lord's expecting me.
Ah, so you're the one. He did mention you, I'm sorry for being so harsh with you, but we were attacked recently, so we're a lot more cautious now with strangers hanging.
Well, I understand. But I need to speak with Lord Ruthard as soon as possible.
Of course, follow me.
Well, we're here, but you'll have to wait a while. As you can see, Lord Ruthard has an important visitor, and it seems they haven't finished yet.
I understand.
And what now, Martin? Did you speak to Jerome Naz?
He won't. He lent a lot of coin to Sigismund, and now he's stuck with him.
Sakra!
He's scared. As soon as he does anything to upset him, Sigismund will denounce him as a rebel and right after dead.
Damn it! Has all his counting groschen not left room for a grain of common sense in that head of his?
Jerome is a vain man. I'm sure he's pleased when the Hungarian king himself listens to him. He was boasting that he'll be in charge of some church talks in the Italian court, There's no way we'll change his mind.
But you've been to see other councillors too, haven't you? Have you any good news from anyone?
Unfortunately not. Some of them are beholden to Sigismund for their office, and some are worried about ending up, forgive me, friends, like you and Peter of Pisek.
Christ above! That's exactly what Sigismund wants. To divide us, to paralyze us with fear.
Divide et impera. God knows, that ginger fox is a master of dividing and conquering.
You are absolutely correct, my lady. Especially when everyone can see your problems. I've heard that Mint Master Vavak is still putting pressure on you.
The devil take that bastard! He had the gall to blackmail me in my own home.
Gentlemen, and my lady, sorry to interrupt, but I have some new tidings about our Mint Master. I've heard about his crimes against the Crown, and it's no trivial pilfering.
Are you sure the accusations are true?
I've got proof of everything.
Ha! God bless you, lad. Finally, some good news.
It seems that this young man came to brighten my day. Who do I have the honor of addressing?
Martin, this is Henry, our ally from Liechtenstein. Henry, this is Sir Martin Odoran, Lord of Rabosh, a loyal supporter of King Wenceslas, as no doubt you've already deduced.
Sir, my friend Godwin gave me a ring for you. He said you'd help me if I needed it.
Godwin? Really? Well, you choose peculiar friends.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Godwin shouldn't be giving away what isn't his. But I'll help you if need be, although not on account of that ring.
Sir Gunsling.
Shimek? What's going on?
Min Master Vavak is heading here with an armed cohort.
Right now?
Let him come. He'll be surprised what I've got on him.
Henry's right. If he helps us again like last time, we have nothing to fear.
I agree. Let Vavar come. Shimek, place a gunner on the upper floor and a crossbowman on the stairs. Then gather whoever you can find and join us in the yard.
Certainly, right away, sir.
Henry, we're counting mainly on you. I hope your findings are worth 12 armed men.
100 at least, sir. You'll see.
I'll help you into your armor, Papa.
But quickly, and then go to your chambers and lock yourself in.
What? I'm going with you.
No. So go to your room, take your precious crossbow, and if things turn out badly, shoot any of Vavar's whoresons who stick their noses through the door. If something were to happen to me, you're the next in line in our family. Don't forget that.
I love you, Papa. God Almighty, hold your protective hand above us.
Greetings, Sir Ruthard. Your gate was open, so I took the opportunity for a little visit.
No gate is closed to you, is it? The gates of hell are especially looking forward to your visit. But you're more than well aware of that, eh? Since you don't dare leave home without a horde of men-at-arms.
My men aren't here to protect me, but to enable me to keep order when needed. And today, I got the feeling that order is just what's needed. Or do you disagree, sir?
Weigh your words, sir. One might take them as threats. And be assured, we're very well prepared today for anyone who might threaten us.
Threat? A warning, more like. A friendly warning from the Royal Mint Master. Lord Ruthard, I'm offering you one last chance to surrender your mining rights to me. If we agree, neither you nor your family will have anything to fear. If not, the king will hear of the serpent you nurse in your bosom. And this time, you'll lose not only your fortress, but also your honor and status.
Enough! Do you think you can insult me in my own home? Do you imagine you could do as you please, just because you have Sigismund's favor? That can easily change when the king learns of the serpent you are nursing in your bosom, to cite your own words. Sir, only, considering what I know, you might lose a little more than your honor. Like your head, for what it's worth.
How dare you?
Henry, kindly inform the Royal Mint Master what is being said about him.
The word is you're in league with Buresh of Krakowitz and Foreman Fett. Together, you've been falsifying the mining records. 1/10 of the silver ingots disappears from the records and ends up in your pockets. That's a capital crime. The king won't let you get away with that, whether Sigismund or Wenceslas.
I'd say this somewhat alters the perspective, sir. So from now on, you will leave me and my family be. Or your king will hear of your shenanigans.
Exactly. We'll see to that. Mark my words.
Are you trying to threaten the Royal Mint Master again? And with nothing but common slander? You haven't learned much since the last time.
Well, we've not had much time for that. We've been fully occupied with collecting evidence. Isn't that so, Henry?
I know about your account ledgers, and the ones from Buresh. The real ones, that prove how you carried out this fraud.
You've made up those books. Or do you actually have them on you?
Of course not. Do you think we're completely stupid? We've got copies here. The original books are safely stashed away out of your reach.
Exactly. And if anything happens to us, they'll see to it that King Sigismund and the town council will hear all about Hermes Trismegistos silver skimming business.
So, do you want to chance your luck, or come to an agreement?
Captain!
Sir!
This matter is an internal affair of the Crown and my office. I'll resolve it here with these gentlemen in private.
Are you sure, sir?
Yes, damn it! Do what I say! Wait for me by the gate.
Let us step inside. Let's give the Mint Master the privacy he requests.
Gentlemen, I expect you'll keep this entire matter to yourself, and I expect you'll be wanting something in return.
The executioner is far from here, so I'll be standing in for him today. God knows what kind of man you are. May God have mercy on my soul.
What? You can't just cut down the Royal Mint Master? Wait! We got off on the wrong...
I'll give you the wrong foot. Right up your ass.
You're right. I underestimated you.
You certainly did, sir. A big mistake.
The only question is, how much your mistake is going to cost you.
Don't do anything rash, Kunzlin. I understand you're angry, but he could come in useful.
That's true. Intelligent people can always reach an agreement that benefits everyone, and...
You're right. I'm more than angry. Swear you'll leave me and my family in peace, and our mining rights will...
You have my word.
Good. You know what awaits you otherwise. If Martin believes you can be of use to us, I'll leave it to him. I'm not in the mood for this.
Right. You said intelligent people can come to an agreement. So let's see. We need to know what Sigismund...
Spy on the king? You can't ask that.
It doesn't sound like you want to come to an agreement.
We can.
This is nothing compared to the punishment you're facing for what you've done. Either you agree to this, or Sigismund learns all about it. Then you'd have to run damn far to avoid the chopping block.
Henry's right, so don't even think about double-crossing us. You've a lot more to lose than we do.
And don't forget about your oath either.
I understand. All right, I'll do as you ask.
Excellent. And now get out of my house.
Of course.
I'll take my leave too, Kunslin. I've still got some affairs to deal with today. At least I can see our mint master out. I'm sure he'll be delighted to tell me many interesting things.
God go with you, Martin. I hope we'll soon meet again in more pleasant circumstances. Ha ha! Now that was a good one. The mighty mint master strode in like a lion, and then crawled out like a whipped dog. Oh, I can breathe a lot easier now we've got rid of that bastard. At any rate, Henry, I'll take those incriminating books. I'll hide them in a safe place, just in case he gets any ideas.
Good idea, sir. Here they are.
Thanks, Henry. You did a fine job, and I'll never forget your help.
Well, you can return the favor right away, sir. You promised to help me get into Malashov.
I did, and I'll keep that promise. There's a secret passage leading out of Malashov, and you could avail of it in the opposite direction.
A secret passage? That's a godsend. Von Burgov won't have an inkling.
He won't. It's well hidden. We didn't even know about it ourselves for a long time. Until Rosa discovered it in the fortress one day. She can best explain to you how to find it. She should be in her room. It's up the stairs. You'll see the door on your left.
All right, I'll ask her. Thank you very much, Sir Kunslin.
Don't thank me yet. The worst of it is still ahead of you.
Nobody will be expecting me. The passageway is an advantage that works on my side. Besides, I've got my spy coat on, which makes me hard to spot. I can deal with any locks. And if I come across anyone, I'll take him out without a sound or a trace.
Well, it looks like you know what you're doing, and that you've done it before. I'll pray for your success.
Thanks again. As soon as I speak to Rosa, I'll head out right away. I'll get Lord Capon out of Malashov if it's the last thing I do.
You've no lack of courage, son. But you shouldn't count on that alone. Be careful. And I'll at least look at the books you brought. I'm very curious about what there is on Vavak and how he did it all.
I wish you a pleasant read. There's more than enough on him in there.
I've got a feeling you're looking for Henry.
Your father sent me.
So I can tell you how to get to our fortress. A task for the lowest lackey, wouldn't you say? Well, you don't need to answer that.
Right, yeah. That's exactly why he sent me. But how—
What are you staring at? Do you think I was born yesterday? I was listening to you from the top of the stairs. So, this passage, it leads to the cellars, but the outside entrance is hidden underground in a forest, not far from the castle. You can find the exact place if you know where and how to look.
Is it in a cave hidden behind a waterfall?
Well, no. But it would be nice. Listen, nearby Malashov is a stud farm managed by Hashtal, an old friend of Papa's. We had a wayside shrine set up at the crossroads before the stud farm.
Sure. I won't miss it.
Wait, though. We haven't got to the hard part yet. From the shrine, you should be able to see a group of boulders. Beyond them are the remains of an old chapel. You have to find it, and then there's a kind of... how can I describe it? A window. A gap you can look through.
If it's still standing.
I hope so too. Anyway, it should direct you towards some ruins. Go there, and now pay attention. Somewhere in those ruins is a stone cross. You have to find it and look where its top points to. If you go the way the cross is pointing, You'll find another one, and again, follow the direction it's pointing in. That should lead you to a small clearing, marked by a cross in the rocks. You dig there, and you should get to the passageway.
Shrine, chapel, crosses, passageway. Sounds adventurous.
I like your determination, but there's one more thing. Getting into the castle is the easy part. Don't forget, you have to get out to...
You're right. Horses will be needed. For me and for Capon.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Fortunately, stop off at the stud farm I told you about, and ask Hashtal for horses.
Where's the catch?
No catch. On the contrary, please tell Hashtal that Papa is still paying for masses for his dead father, as agreed years ago. And even if he's not too keen, tell him we'll pay him for the horses.
You got it well figured out. Thanks. Don't know how I'd manage without you.
You've done plenty to help, and now it's our turn. Papa said something like that, didn't he? You know, you might not be aware of it, but you saved us from a mountain of trouble. Papa would never admit it. But alone, we wouldn't be able to resist the Mint Master for long. You've earned the right to the gratitude and friendship of our house for all time.
I'm glad I could help you and your father.
The pleasure is ours, but tell me, would you do it if you didn't need our help in return?
My lady, I'd help you any time.
Truly? In that case, you certainly won't refuse my request for a little service, but you mustn't breathe a word of it to anyone.
I'm listening.
I wanted to ask you, since you're going to be at Malashov, if you could bring me something from there.
And what might that be?
A book. It has great value to me, and I was starting to worry it would stay there, but if you're going there now...
And what book is this that's so important?
It's hard to explain to someone uninitiated in the mysteries of writing.
What do you mean, uninitiated? I happen to know how to read.
Really? Mea culpa. You are full of surprise, so if you do find the book, you'll be able to read it.
Well, yeah. That's the way it goes with books.
In that case, I'm not going to make it easy for you. If you'd like to know why it's so important to me, you'll have to find it first.
Fear not, my lady. I'll gladly tear the entire fortress apart.
Restraint, valiant knight. I value your determination, but this way would give yourself away immediately. Find it nice and quietly.
Your wish is my...
It shouldn't be hard. The book is bound in scarlet leather and inlaid with gold. You won't find many like such. And take this, so you don't get lost in the fortress.
Thank you.
It is quite possible you won't get back to Malashov again. So don't forget about me. And Henry...
I'm sorry.
Greetings to you.
Apparently, the city council is organizing another collection for repairs to the fortifications.
Are they out of their bloody minds? They had 2 collections just like it already. And there are still holes in the walls.
That's true. But what good are fortifications you can't defend?
I'll tell you. No fucking good at all.
See?
I didn't say I wouldn't contribute, but I'm not giving them a single groschen until I see cut stones, lime, scaffolding, and 20 men working their asses off.
I have to go now. Take care. Farewell, friend.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Tell me then, what did he give you for it?
Sure. I told you, and you dobbed me in.
Are you crazy? Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop it, will you? Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
Take care. I've got to go.
Until we meet again, I wish you well.
You silly doggy.
What the devil? You gonna fuck with us?
Hell?
Niestety fastbay! That's George, fucking horse on! Damn it!
Szép találat! Baszok rá! Megfogom rá! A pofádba, te rohadék! Basszú vagyok! Tudom, mint hogy tettem volna. Kivelevünk téged! És egy volt! Most megöllek!
No, I give up!
Most szétszáljuk őket!
Calm down! I surrender!
Húzz a pokolba, te fasz!
Oh.
What the devil?
Good to see you today.
Scram! Right now!
Go! Quick! I should go back.
Go!
I should go back.
Easy! Easy! Go!
Ah!
Go!
Takarojinnen!
Ka! Quick! Ka! 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 Go! Quick!
Give it back!
Ja! Quick! Quick! Ka!
Whoa!
God bless you.
What can I do for you?
I'll have a look at...
I hope you find...
The Ruthards.
What's that to do with me? Those days when Ruthard... I don't want to have anything more to do with him. So you...
He sends you his regards. And he asked me to remind you that he's still paying for masses for your family. As the two of you agreed.
Sakura. Nobody knows about that.
That's why he told me. So you'd be sure I really did come from them, and this isn't a trick.
Well, that changes things. Sorry for being a bit hostile-like, but times are tough. And that good to hear that Sir Kunzlin still has a few... Give him my greetings, and thank him for still honoring our agreement.
Sure. I'll pass that on to it.
So, tell me, what did the...
I've got to get into Malashov, to free a friend who's held captive there.
What, all alone? Maybe I should send for a priest for you, eh?
Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Lord Ruthard told me about a secret passage that will take... What I need from you is to get a fresh horse ready for my friend. A fast one, for when we get back.
Well, you sure ain't lacking in courage. But you really ask... A fresh, fast horse don't come cheap. But fine, since you're from somewhere a bit further from here, so I don't get in the shit if things go...
Of course. The last thing I want is to endanger... And the Ruthards promise to pay for the horse if it comes to any harm.
All right. So look, here next to the stud farm, there's a kind of band of rocks below the forest. When you go alongside the rocks to the end, you'll find a wooded copse not far from the castle. There's a well-trodden patch of ground there, so that's where I'll have that horse ready for you. Hopefully, nothing will happen to him if I just leave him there. Recently, there's been wolves and wild dogs sniffing around here, so we have to watch out for the animals.
Thanks.
Tell me more about this secret passage. They say there's one here somewhere, but no...
Well, I don't know exactly where it is yet. Rosa told me that I should look for the entrance somewhere in the woods here, around the fortress. It's supposed to be bloody well hidden. So I'll have to dig my way through to it.
That sounds clever and complicated. Sir Kunzlin banned cutting down trees some time ago in the forest alongside the path next to the stream. Maybe that... If you need any equipment, you can take what you want. And I'm sure you'll also need some torches in there. You'll find them in the...
Yeah.
Hey, now that I think about it, I don't know what you'll find there or how prepared you are for it, but you shared a secret with me, so I can tell you a few tricks on how to hide at the car. I know it well, and I've done more things than you...
Thanks, Hashtal. I'll consider it.
Well, apart from praying, I reckon I've already exhausted all the ways I can... I wish you the best of luck. Good day.
God bless.
You have a kind masquerade.
Christ! Pardon me.
What are you doing? I won't have you causing trouble. Cough up some...
No, you're right.
That's... and don't... Everything's there. Nothing's missing.
There's nothing here for you.
You won't... I'm not sorry.
You're as stubborn as a mule. Looks like I'll have to go and get a guard to take care of you.
Holy Mary. You're that criminal.
You're a wanted man. You're that bat. I'll have...
All right,
Now,
all right.
in that...
You can't say you weren't warned. You'll pay.
This is...
Oh. You can't say you'll pay.
This is...
Oh. Everything is...
You come.
You're not permitted to be here. You can't say you'll pay up.
This is...
Oh. You can't say you'll...
Are you yanking...
But, all right, let's just... You can't say you'll...
You'll have...
Oh.
Whoa.
You have a kind masquerade,
Quick! Go! Go! Go!
Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, you booch.
Greetings to you two.
Remember how
You think what?
I'd like to...
I get...
You...
No, come.
So...
You ma...
Would you...
What?
No, you're a cook.
No.
And what you...
Like if
And how...
cook.
Teach me...
It will bother you.
Janos and Ada are back, so that's a reason to celebrate. Are you drinking with us?
Let's have a toast to that.
Toast? No.
To pytam się jej, czy nie chce wskoczyć na konika.
Ada, for fuck's sake.
A wiesz co ona mi na to?
She says she don't understand shit, huh?
Shut the fuck up, both of you.
A co ty taki wrażliwy?
Did Henry take his sweet time with the rope? Or are you this stupid from birth and I just forgot?
Nah, he's thicker now. If Henry let him choke any longer, he'd be drooling on his shirt.
Chcesz mordę?
Shut up! Fucking hell.
What biting your arse, devil, huh?
I wanted to say I'm glad you and Ada are back. But I don't feel like it anymore.
No to my się sami napijemy.
Yeah!
We should raise a toast to Henry. You'd be dead if it wasn't for him.
I suppose so.
Ungrateful that we should all thank Henry for bringing us to the same table again. So,
To me, then.
May he live long and longer for...
Ah! How you drink, he live forever.
Want a punch in the...
don't start, you pair of cocks.
To Henry.
Za tę śliczną cycatkę.
Only then?
Tell us about it, Henry. What a...
I also found Matthew, but he grew tired of your pack. He prefers robbing old crones by the road.
Zdradziecki, zapluty szczur. Jeśli wejdzie mi w drogę...
What did he say?
Nothing nice, I'd imagine. But he forgot to add...
What about the rest?
And Raniek is dead.
Somebody rammed dice down his throat.
Not quite. But it was Dice that paid him back in the end.
Kurwa! Dał słowo, że tym razem na pewno wygra. Ale znamy się jak łyse konie.
Don't feel bad, hey? What about the rest?
And Behuta, he has decided to redeem himself, so he could pass the Lord's judgment.
Co za jełop. Nawet Bóg ma go w dupie. Ha!
He got to try hard. Wake up before sunrise, pray, give a fuck. Poor...
That's it? That's it?
So, we are the only ones?
Unfortunately. But the best remain...
So, to loyal brothers and...
Yeah, to us!
W moim ogródeczku rośnie różyska. Napój mi, Maniusiu, nie chcę, nie napoję, bo się kunia, kurwa boję, bo się kunia, kurwa boję.
Haha, nice.
To teraz ty.
What did he say? I'd be delighted. Underneath our windows, water flows so clear. Take my little horse there and water him, my dear. I won't water him, though. No.
Cudownie.
Henry, my friend. Janos Szlak.
A mnie nie?
You most. my...
To wypijmy za to!
What did he say?
We drink to that!
Of course we'll drink.
Two last drop, Henry. That is the way. You tell us some...
Fellas,
I could not say it better.
Amen!
Oh, kurwa. I feel like shit.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
So, how did your trial by fire...
Honestly, I've no idea.
Aye. Well, Janos and Adar didn't spare you. But usually they only drink some...
You always drink like that?
Almost always. The mornings are hard, but at least not often you're
So what's next, now that your band is back together?
Well, I've got Kibienka, Adar and Janos. Now we just have to figure out how to give hell to Sigismund.
What am I to do?
Zizka said you kept nagging him about that. Well, the lad taken by von Berkov at Nebaco.
You mean Lord Capon? I haven't made much progress.
Well, get a fucking move on!
Da! Go! Go! Quick!
This must be the chapel Rosa was talking about. I'm supposed to look through its arch for some old ruins. Well, let's see. The chapel directed me here. There's no doubt about that. So somewhere around here, I have to find a stone cross, and then go in the direction the top is pointing. A cross in stone. This could be the place Rosa mentioned. I'll grab the spade and see if I'm in the right place. Tough job, but it was worth it. The way to Malashov is clear. What do we have here? A ladder? In an escape, it'd be enough to pull it up, and that'd leave any pursuers stuck. I just hope it can hold one attacker. Damn it, that's cold. What's this door doing here? Could it be another of the Roothard's tricks? But if this beam is dropped onto those cleats, no one would break through in a hurry. I reckon with this, any defenders could hold off their pursuers for quite some time. This will come in handy on the way back. This looks like it could be the wall of the Malashov cellars. There's no going back. This is it. All right then. Courage, Henry. Courage. You can do this. This is going to take a while.
And Ruthard and Liechtenstein are turning the Kuttenberg houses against us.
Bavag will deal with Ruthard. But Liechtenstein is your concern. How come you haven't caught him yet?
He's slippery as an eel. He's hiding somewhere in the Jewish quarter. I sent spies to track him down, but they never came back.
Flush him out of that hole of his. For fuck's sake!
Why such concern, Otto? Kuttenberg is ours. Sigismund has the reins firmly in his hands.
He's got fuck all in his hands. Sigismund thought at first he'd come to terms with his brother Wenceslas, clear the way for him to the imperial throne, and take the Bohemian throne for himself. But Wenceslas couldn't even get off his drunken ass and go to Rome for the coronation. And now, the glorious Hungarian king has fallen for Jobst and his damned truce. He's been taken in by that treacherous turncoat.
Jobst betrayed Wenceslas. Then Sigismund. And now us. He fooled all of us. But what can he really do against us,
I'll tell you what. While pretending to parley, he incensed the Hungarian nobles against Sigismund.
Surely Sigismund's army can deal with that inconvenience.
Ha! He was paying his Cumans by letting them pillage Bohemia. He set half the people against him in the country he wants to rule. And now, there is nothing left to plunder. While we are shuffling our feet here, Jobst is surely mustering an army.
What are we going to do?
We've got Cabon. I'll keep Hanush and the Lipa people at bay. If they ever want to see their heir alive.
Jobst has Liechtenstein mustering other allies for him. We get him in our grasp, and Jobst will be like a fish out of water in Bohemia.
I'll drag him out of that Jewish den with my own 2 hands. Count on me, sir.
The betrayers of Christ, hiding a betrayer. They are rich. All that's needed is a good pretext.
The Kuttenbergers will be quite happy if their debts to those usurers happen to go up in smoke.
Yeah.
You're learning fast, young man.
Keep the gate open. A horseman, sir!
Hanush is out of the game. The Kuttenbergers are taken care of, and we'll catch Liechtenstein. You'll see, my friend. Good times are coming.
Your Graces, King Sigismund is convening the town council, but first he requests your presence at the Skalitz monastery, without delay.
What's all the urgency about?
Surely you must know that yourself, sir. The captives fled Trotsky Castle and killed Istvan Toth while escaping.
What? That's not possible. That's a lie.
It is true, Lord Toth is dead.
Who? Speak!
The messenger said something about Cobbler's bastard and some outlaws.
I swear, by everything that is holy, I will find that whoreson, and I will rip out his heart!
Jesus. What's with that boy?
Sir Istvan was like a father to him. We better go. Bring the horses!
Shame about that dog.
Luck was on my side. Now to find Capon and get out of here.
He took a small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened now. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the whip.
You got it, Conrad.
Jeppel, I'll send Hyman to the gate. You'll be in charge of the gun.
Huh?
you supposed to be keeping watch or polishing the armor somewhere?
Conrad sent us to keep watch here.
I think you're just holing up here. I'll ask him first thing tomorrow and see what he tells me.
Wait, Mom. We're on Conrad's blacklist, and ever since he yelled at you last time, I reckon you are too. So what do you say we help each other out a bit here? We'll hole up a bit downstairs.
Stiff as a bud. Who killed him?
Fucking job. What's that?
Now you're gonna die! Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard! Just you wait. I'll find you, you horse.
Don't think I won't cut you to pieces!
You want surrender?
Ha! Punishment by the blade. My favorite. The pillory's too good for you. I'll chop you up on the spot. I'll hack you up like you deserve.
Go fuck yourself!
Now you see what we do with criminals, bastards!
Punishment by the blade!
Show what you're made of!
Don't think I won't cut you to pieces!
Show your stuff!
The pillory's too good for you. I'll chop you up on the spot.
We gotta got you, you horse!
You up like you deserve!
Jesus! Show what you're made of!
Punishment by the blade, my favorite. Take that! Don't think I won't cut you to pieces! You want to try me?
You're no match for us, fucker!
The pillory's too good for you! I'll chop you up on the spot!
Useless! I'll hammer some manners into you! What do you want? Now you'll see what we do with criminals, bastard!
Don't think I won't cut you to pieces!
Lord von Burgos,
Luck
I
was on my
believe, on
side.
important
Now to
business
find
for King
Capon
Sigismund.
and get out of
And he
here.
took a small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened now. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the win. You got it, Conrad. Yepo, I'll send Heinz to the gate. Lord von Burgo.
Luck was
I
on my
believe
side.
important
Now to
business
find
for King
Capon
Sigismund.
and get out of here.
Took a small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, I'll get the whip. Careful. All right, comrade. Get some sleep. You don't fall asleep during the night watch. I don't.
Aren't you supposed to be keeping watch or polishing the armor somewhere?
Conrad sent us to keep watch here.
I think you're just holding up here. I'll ask him first thing tomorrow and see what he tells me.
Wait, Mom. We're on Conrad's blacklist, and ever since he yelled at you last time, I reckon you are too. So what do you say we help each other out a bit here? We'll hole up a bit downstairs, and you won't say anything to the captain about it.
Have no fear. We'll just have a little nibble, with your kind permission.
And we'll be as quiet as...
No!
What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be keeping watch?
Conrad sent us to keep watch here.
I think you're just holding up here. I'll ask him first thing tomorrow and see what he tells me.
Wait, Mom. We're on Conrad's blacklist, and ever since he yelled at you last time, I reckon you are too. So what do you say we help each other out a bit here? We'll hole up a bit downstairs, and you won't say anything to the captain about it.
Have no fear. We'll just have a little nibble, with your kind permission.
We're not really taking her seriously around here. She's some third-rate daughter of some lord from who knows where, so she was actually quite lucky that old Otto took a liking to her. The thing is, everybody knows where she comes from and treats her accordingly.
Bloody hell. Old Otto? He'd have you whipped for that.
You're right. I better keep our lord out of my mouth and stuff it with sausage instead. So let's dig in and make the best of Ofka's favour.
What is happening? Who are you?
Quiet. If you make a peep, we're done for.
Henry?
Good God, Henry. What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? Hunting boar? Came to save your noble arse.
My noble arse thanks you. Oh, how did you get here?
I'll tell you later. Who's this?
Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. At your service.
Brabant led the defense at Kuttenberg. He's Sigismund's prisoner, same as me.
And I came very close to holding the town. Besides...
There's no time for chit-chat. He's our ally. We can't leave him behind. Right, no doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right? Well, let's hear it.
Of course I have a plan. Listen, I got to the fortress through a secret passageway that old Ruthard told me about. Von Bergov knows nothing about it.
C'est magnifique! Very cunning.
And so far, the garrison has no idea I'm here. We're lucky von Bergov left the fortress along with von Aulitz and some of the garrison. So I'll take you to that passageway, and we'll get out of here. We'll get to the forest not far from here. I'll have some horses ready there. We'll be gone before you can say the Lord's Prayer.
Formidable! I call that an elegant plan. I myself had to sneak like that once, during the siege of Arezzo. So, what are we waiting for? On y va!
Wait. A passageway, you say? A dark, narrow passageway?
Well, it's just a passageway. There's a bit of water in it to wade through, but nothing we can't handle.
You can forget about it. I'm not going through any passageway.
What?
Let me repeat. No passageway for... It's not the chivalrous way.
It is not chivalrous, c'est vrai, but in our situation, it is more than delicious.
Fuck chivalry now. That passageway is the only chance we have of getting out of here alive.
Well, in my opinion...
Fuck your opinions. No, I mean, we'll all suffocate in that passageway. Or it'll fall on our heads.
What's gonna fall on us, damn it? If I got in that way, we can get out, too. It's completely safe. So stop acting like a madman and let's go.
I can't do it. I'm afraid of small, dark spaces. Ever since that tower fell on me in Nabokov, and I was stuck under the ruins, I just can't. I'm sorry, Henry. There has to be another way.
Have you come up with some ingenious plan for getting out of here?
What do I know? We could maybe...
Un moment. Henri? You said that von Bergov left. Is that not so?
Yes.
And what about horses? Are there any horses left here?
I think there's a couple, yeah. In the lower courtyard.
Très bien. That will be enough. We just have to get to them. But I think we could get there stealthily. It is not far from the tower to the stables. Then you simply open the gate, et voila, we are gone! Just like I escaped when surrounded by that English dog John Oakwood. It may not be the best plan. It was not back then either. But we simply, time has passed. The fortress is quiet. I believe that most of the garrison has gone to sleep.
That's a wonderful plan. No passageway. But we need some weapons.
Exactement. To have a proper piece of steel in my hand again. Preferably Milanese, although...
Damn it, Henry. Stop fooling around and give me some weapon.
I don't have anything for you. Maybe we'll find something later.
I certainly hope so.
Merde. Our plan is not...
I'll go ahead and scout it out. When there's a suitable moment, I'll let you know and you can...
And how will you let us know?
Well, the stables can be seen from the entrance hall. If you signal us with a torch from next to the horses, we'll head towards you.
Agreed. Good idea. Wait for my light.
But you must be absolutely certain that the way is clear. If you have any doubt, do not risk our lives. Better to come back to us.
True. And if we don't hear from you or see your signal for a long time...
Précisément.
Right. Got it.
Brabant, keep watch by the stairway. I'll go to the window and wait for Henry's signal.
I think it would be better if you watch the stairs.
Why's that?
You are younger. You have better hearing.
You want this job done for English spies, so you can surely handle one.
I discovered them because I smelled them from distance. You see, sting to high heaven.
Then you'd better hope von Bergov's men stink like rotten fish.
Eh bien.
I have some
Très bien, give it. Now I will show you what a cavalier Vauclin-Brabant is. He's coming!
I have a weapon.
Finally! Thanks, Henry.
Head towards the horses.
Huh? Enemy in the fortress! Sound the alarm!
That's it, Stone. What?
To hell with you!
What's that? Enemy in the fortress! Sound more!
I must admit, mes amis, the last time I have had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France.
Oui, monsieur, you're surely brave. And fortune favors the brave. Free at last!
Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. Best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your honor, I shall name my new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vauquelin?
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin... would you mind if I just call you Brabber?
Brabant.
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not tenant in any art or conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's your plan, Sir Baron?
An heroic deed, about which hordes shall one day be composed, similar to my feat in the famous battle of Arezzo.
Did you distinguish yourself in that battle?
Oui. Oui, mon cher Henri. When all seemed lost, I led a heroically desperate attack that ultimately led us to victory. For that, I was knighted. Opportunities for heroism await everywhere. One just has to seize them. What if we were to journey to Vienne? We could assemble a company and liberate le roi Wenceslas.
That would be excellent. If the king were to return, the nobility would definitely support him. Sigismund would have to withdraw.
Précisément! And what is more, our names would be sung throughout the kingdom. Undoubtedly, we would also earn a rich reward too. Then I would invite the best stonemason from France and build Monsieur Chapeau a castle that even Chevalier Hanush wouldn't be.
You must be mad. You've been free less than a day, and you're already thinking up ways to get yourself killed. I'd rather endure Hanush's preaching about my incompetence than listen to this chatter. We'll see what happens next. But the first thing that I need is to get good and drunk. We should spur the horses on. God knows, they might be hot on our heels. Yeah! Christ, wounds. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war, it's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps, several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bacaloon. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard. Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible, so we can save as much as we can.
Yes, but we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon. You should apply to the Faculty of Arts before the muse lifts you again.
Here!
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now...
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy. Word reached Rat-Eye that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
No sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light. Only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all our men and took everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end, didn't you?
Von Berghoff received us and heard us out. It seemed like he was on our side. We even helped him out several times. Until we found out he was just stringing us along. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zizka is actually our ally.
Zizka? He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to see him again. But if only it didn't have to be in Rabosh. Why Rabosh? Of all the places in the world.
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned from the clutches of the enemy. No doubt they have something to tell us.
Like how in the devil did you manage to escape?
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former rulers of Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of Raditz.
Ulrich Favak? But he's the mint master.
Well, he won't be for long, if it comes to light that he's been putting his sticky fingers on the royal silver.
It seems you've been pretty busy.
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Berghoff in Malashov.
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be sticking his nose into what's going on around.
Now, if we had one of our people at that assembly, we'd get Sigismund's plans nice and fresh. Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
My very words. And I know exactly who to send. Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return to the city right away, and try to worm your way into the town hall.
What? How can I get in there? I can't just walk in off the street.
You've got the dirt on Vavak, and you don't know how to use it? Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber, or you get him on the gallows.
It's worth a try, right?
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes, there's not much point in my being there.
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in Rabosh on your behalf.
If I come back and find you there under lock and key again, I'll leave you to rot.
Take it. I will go as well, and I will not let your friend out of my sight.
Hans? Who's this?
Vaclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, at your service.
He was a captive of Lord von Berghoff's, like me. He defended Kuttenberg against Sigismund.
In that case, he'll be a welcome guest at Rabosh.
You don't know what you're promising, Baron. Watching Sir Hans is a job and a half.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising suspicion, Come and join us.
He'll manage it, but now we really need to hit...
Safe travel, Henry.
Adieu et bonne chance.
And to you. Hopefully we'll meet soon. I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
Oh, you mutt.
I'm sorry.
Was wünschst du? I'll have a look.
Wie schade. Auf Wiedersehen.
Good stuff. God bless.
You're bleeding. Do you need some help?
No thanks. I'm just fine.
Grüß Gott.
I'll have a look.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
I apologize.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends. Greetings.
Over here.
By the way,
My favourite book.
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Bergov's, and there it lay. Red leather.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
The author doesn't spare anyone.
Sure he does. Courage, honour, loyalty. But others... A writer is interested in what... Because it's much more interesting.
Hold on.
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry...
I've been through quite a bit.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it...
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with it.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me.
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you...
My pleasure.
How should I...
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many...
Both?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. I'll take careful notes of it.
Well, being a man myself...
Why not?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to. But try to describe...
There've already been enough heroes, saints, kings and martyrs.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary...
Make him a do-gooder. But he can also have some bad traits to make it believable.
Very well. And...
What if he were a bit of a womanizer? But a decent fella otherwise.
And that strikes you as an excusable bad... I will engage in no such...
He could be born with his foot in his mouth. I know many such. They blurt something out, and only that...
That's a good idea. His mouth gets him into trouble, but in the end, also out of... That would be a joy to write.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what?
Have you ever seen a heron?
A heron? Well...
Well...
Oh, finally.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look. So what about that story of ours?
That's nice. Sermons for ordinary people work in a similar way. They entertain...
You see? When I lead mass, one of these... And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash...
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't think...
But otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And...
Well... And for that matter, you're an interesting girl.
No beating around the bush. Please do stop by sometime. I wager it would be enlightening for both. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
look awful. Do you need any help?
No thanks. It's not as bad as it looks.
Oh, you fool.
For the love of Christ.
What's that?
Come on, then.
What?
Why did you do that?
Stop
Filthy
beating him.
should have
vermin.
fucking stayed out of it.
I hope he doesn't hurt anyone else.
Thank you, and take care. It happens. Just watch where you're going.
To the stocks with him!
Cordoba! I'm wounded!
Shame on you.
Here, Mutt.
This is unbelievable. Come on, then. Damn fool.
What's that?
You're seeing this. What do you want?
I've got it in for you. You're the... I'll have...
All right.
Now,
all right.
Well, this is... All right, but I don't... What's the hold up, innkeeper? Careful. It's none of your blood.
Lopes I got. Hear tidings of what is happening in our city. Just as two royal brothers are fighting over this so two other brothers are quarreling in Kuttenberg. Brothers in Christ. Ever since the Sedlec monastery was founded, what's going on?
I'm going to see them. Any fool could say that. What?
I have an appointment with him.
All right. Go ahead then. But don't waste too...
and the two parishes are still a dagger's
Better
draw.
not forget about... Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show...
Hold your horses. Actually, I have a little offer.
You've come to blackmail.
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can...
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend.
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, and tell the truth.
I want to know what Sigismund tells the council.
You want to spy? Do you know what you're risking? And what I'd forget it.
Have you forgotten I have you over...
All right, all right. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself or... And that will be the end of our business.
All right. That seems like a fair deal.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be... He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in, although not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the king.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his... Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve, otherwise you won't be...
What will I need to work as a waiter?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find...
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today, from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into that is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is some...
What would...
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now...
I'll be going then.
Just make sure...
I better not forget about that council assembly.
Praise God.
Excuse me.
God
The
bless.
city council will be convening soon. I better get a move on.
Clear off! Do you hear? You no business poking around in people's lots. Clear off!
God bless.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
It sure does. Go on then. How was it?
What can I say? Tell me then, what did he give you for
Fine.
it?
Sure. I tell you, and you dog me in.
The finest five wares, thin bowl, strong
Greetings. What do you want?
You must be frantic.
I am. And
I'm Henry. I heard you were supposed to serve at the...
I am.
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with... Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I just have to get in there. I have an important message for the king about a plot...
But why would you want to get...
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it. So I have to be incognito.
I see. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even his Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Well, to tell the truth...
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make a mess of it and the king has you whipped, you've no one to blame but show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse.
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not.
Take care.
Quality goods, the finest wares.
mugs for sale. That's right, good old pillory.
Careful.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the...
Franta's not coming.
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, I told him if that ever happened again... Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. I've no time. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will... So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
Everything's in order. You know a good waiter by his properly seated cap, and you don't have one at all. Without a tunic, you're no royal waiter, and have you forgotten your hose? I can't let you into the chamber without them. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You won't be You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around The royal waiter's livery has strict rules. So get changed quick and come back on...
Here I am.
Let's have a look at you then. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around table. Everything as it should be. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great...
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zargitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zargitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide... Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hung, but you'll manage it.
I know everything I need to.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Is a joke. And on top of that, the army was requisitioning
a full
from
cup
it.
of monastery wine.
Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing.
Come now,
that
waiter. I want it red.
Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying?
What's that supposed to be?
All I'm saying is that they had them, Herr God.
I apologize,
sir. When outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
Waiter. What
Pour
I
me some
smell is
monastery
that your
wine.
stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing
Monastery
down,
wine,
and you want
here.
to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Sir?
Der König and his army will not be here for...
Well, thank the Lord.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's
Pour me red
enemies.
wine.
Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes...
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be.
My
Current
cup
baths
is
in the city fall far short of
Pour me
covering
some
the
wine.
citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough baths.
More wine,
Shouldn't
Master
we support
Bailiff.
her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my friend, bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belonged.
And...
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house, and no one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the goblet. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there.
Certainly, sir.
Come back with it straight away.
Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important. When we don't have money to spend, arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine.
So?
Free, too.
I did, Master Bailiff.
Not so loud. And now go back to your job.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates
pour me
him.
some monastery
He can
wine.
hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well.
I did know
Everybody
that.
knows.
I
He
wanted
wiped the
bread.
floor with you.
I won't mix it up
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg
Wait
your
up.
pardon.
Morning, red wine.
I demand that you...
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it.
You
I
there,
heard there were several dead.
A cup of bread.
Did you? That's
Don't you skimp
grossly
on me.
exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true.
Well, thank the Lord.
Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. if we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want.
I'd like some white.
I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself.
Vanish, you
and
hear
to
me?
accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff, and that's that.
Refill,
there are more
sir.
pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling...
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right.
I knew I could count while you're at it. Count how many figures on the mural have wings. Because I'm bored, and because I told you.
Throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
So, let's see what...
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? And did you count those winged...
I counted 60...
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blood.
There is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to Skalitz, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery.
Waiter.
And they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or
What
report
have you
sick,
poured for?
and if they do
I
come,
said red.
their work is
I
shit,
won't mix it up again.
and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war
Why?
going on?
I'd like some white.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
No.
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, my friend, your place is at least two steps behind
a full
mine.
cup of monastery
the
wine.
swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral. Just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
Come
How
now,
dare
waiter.
you?
I want it
I
ready.
acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated
now,
by
waiter.
that bunch of
I want it red.
ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all
can
been
shove that damn
sorted
picture.
out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Ruthard.
Azonal Gyurcsek össze. A legjobb katonákat. És kelkinek útra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of falls!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man, too.
I wouldn't be too sure. But, who's that French fellow you brought here?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the... He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg. And you know, if he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the...
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear...
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Christ be praised.
Greetings to you, friend.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your... I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we are both a little on unfamiliar ground. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court and this is Samuel.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is you have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain...
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You want...
Everything in good time, Samuel.
Did you come to lend money to the Lord?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have...
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around...
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you said? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know...
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of... Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzig Kobyla, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Mein Gott, wo liegt das Problem?
Greetings, sir.
Greetings.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't...
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also... à ma manière, hein?
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd... How did you end up in prison?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Saint-Mary, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many great men fell.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled down in the presbytery.
Then, what are you doing here, at a meeting of opponents of the...
Ah, the Lord moves in mysterious ways. You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few...
Where have you been on your travels?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my...
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
We'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How...
I have my sword. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
As it happens.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings. And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an...
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves.
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion, even before?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile...
What if it doesn't...
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but...
Tell me a bit more.
Certainly.
Botchek.
He doesn't... He always...
Older.
He's still only... But he'll...
Anna.
Vence. Anna is... But don't...
And what you...
She's as... They're a wicked... And that it would...
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry, there aren't many like you two left.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck.
Success to...